We must a discussion regarding this new TikTok trend that has taken over people's feeds. It's gotten way out of hand. The whole thing is about Hailey Bieber, and somehow she's become the internet's newest joke. People are calling her a stalker, and TikTok users are making a meme out of it where they pretend to follow their partners the way she supposedly followed Justin Bieber before they got together. The joke spread so quickly that it almost became its own type of entertainment, even though it sounds silly. But then something unexpected happened. Francesca from Too Hot to Handle said that this trend isn't just random or funny, it's paid. She says that people are paying creators to make videos that keep this story going. Basically, they were trying to make it look like Hailey was a smart, obsessive mastermind. And all of a sudden, what seemed like harmless fun starts to seem a lot more planned. If people are getting paid to spread the joke, then someone might really be trying to hurt a woman who just had a baby. And to be honest, things are even worse behind the scenes than what you're seeing on your For You page. The whole thing started with a 7-part TikTok series that went viral and said Hailey was obsessed with Justin long before they started dating. The person who made it put together old photos, videos, and sightings to tell this dramatic story. It seemed like Hailey was planning a way to get to Justin by showing up at hotels, parties, and events where he might be. It didn't seem to matter if any of it was real or not. People got hooked on the stories. The way it was edited made it seem like a real-life plan that led to their marriage, and now their baby. It had drama, romance, and a little bit of chaos, which is what TikTok loves. That's why people ate it up. From there, the trend really took off. People began making their own versions and jokingly calling themselves the Hailey Bieber of their relationships. One funny joke has someone saying their partner thinks they met by chance, then cuts to a clip of Hailey laughing, as if to say they planned everything. People were laughing at the idea of being obsessed and at the whole dramatic atmosphere around it. It was supposed to be funny, but the energy behind it was a little crazy. It was as if everyone had agreed to go along with this over-the-top version of reality. It looked like everything was going well until Francesca came in and changed the subject. She said that what people think is a random trend might actually be something planned, and that TikTok creators were being asked to join in. That one claim changed the mood completely. People weren't just laughing anymore. They were curious about why anyone would pay to keep a joke like this going. Francesca says that someone offered her money to make a TikTok that used a certain sound and talked about the Hailey stalker trend. She said no because she thought it was mean, especially to someone who just had a baby. She thought the trend was silly at first, but she thought it was wrong to make money by promoting it. She said the whole thing went too far because it was no longer just about a meme. It cost money to make someone look bad. She also explained how these deals work behind the scenes. Many brands, artists, and agencies quietly ask influencers to use a certain sound, talk about a certain topic, or copy a trend. That's how a lot of TikTok challenges get popular, by making something look natural when it's not through planned posts. Most of the time, people don't know these posts are sponsored because the deals are made privately through email or creator agencies. So when Francesca said she got an offer, people thought it might be part of one of those secret campaigns. The real question was whether someone chose this trend on purpose because it made Hailey look bad, or if a marketing team just saw a viral moment and tried to take advantage of it without thinking about what would happen next. That's when people's ideas really took off. Some people think that someone is trying to make Hailey look bad on purpose. Some people think that the company just got the situation wrong and didn't realize that the trend is basically calling her a stalker. After Francesca's video, people started talking a lot about it online. People started blaming possible groups for the alleged paid promotion. Some people said Selena Gomez fans were to blame. Some people thought that someone in the entertainment business might have a reason for doing it. But in the end, no one has any real evidence. It's hard to tell if someone really wanted to make people feel bad about Hailey, or if this was just a terrible mistake. People thought of other times when companies took advantage of trends, like when Disney tried to get in on the "they were roommates" meme and got a lot of flack for posting siblings instead of roommates. It showed that even good intentions can go wrong when people don't understand a trend. But with Hailey, the stakes are higher, because this is real life, not a story. Someone is calling a real person obsessive, creepy, and manipulative. And since the paid part can't be confirmed, the internet has come up with its own theories to fill in the gaps, which has caused even more confusion and drama. The rumor mill is still going. TikTok is still split, and the conversation is getting bigger instead of smaller. After everything went wrong, Francesca used Snapchat to explain more about her video. She said that she usually hates it when people on the internet record her snaps because they can be too mean, but this time she didn't mind. She was glad it got shared because she wanted to talk about something that is very important to her: media literacy. She talked about how easy it is for false stories to spread online and how quickly people believe things without asking where they came from. She thought this trend was a great example of how entertainment, false information, and viral culture can all mix together in a way that gets out of hand. Francesca also talked about how hard it is for creators to deal with criticism online. She said that when she shares her thoughts, she often gets harsh reactions, even from fan groups that are very passionate, like Selena's. Because of this, she is now more careful about speaking up when she thinks something online is unfair or mean for no reason. She said she hasn't been posting as much lately because all the bad things were making it less fun to make content. But the support she gets from her real followers has kept her going and made her want to keep sharing parts of her life. The message she kept sending was clear. Trends that seem funny at first can hurt real people, like new moms like Hailey. Francesca told people that behind every viral joke is a real person who can feel its effects. That's why it's so important to know how to read and write, and to have some basic compassion, especially now that anything can become a meme in seconds. Hailey Bieber hasn't said anything about the trend though, and to be honest, that silence makes sense. She is getting used to being a mother, while millions of people watch her all the time. If you responded to the trend, it would probably get even bigger. So she probably doesn't want to get involved to keep her peace, and keep her family from getting even more attention. The internet doesn't stop just because someone doesn't say anything. People keep judging her, defending her, or making up stories about her based on nothing but clips and comments. Social media can be very mean, especially when a story makes someone look bad or too good. Hailey is in a weak spot because she is famous, just had a baby, and is the butt of a trending joke, even when the rumors are exaggerated or false. This situation also makes a bigger point. In the digital age, the same sites that praise celebrities can quickly become places where rumors spread, people pile on, and harassment is normal. Hailey's silence shows what many famous people already know. When millions of people are talking about you at once, sometimes the best thing to do is to stay quiet. It also brings up an important point. How much of what we see on social media is real, and how much is being changed by hidden agendas? There are paid posts and planned trends all over the place, whether they're trying to get people to listen to a song, buy a product, or just get people to interact more. But when those trends start to affect someone's personal life, the damage can be very real. If people don't understand the situation or jump in without thinking, a meme that starts out as harmless can quickly turn into harassment. This is why it's so important to know how to read the news. People who watch things online share, react, and comment at lightning speed, often without checking to see if the information is true or fair. A single TikTok meant to be funny can lead to thousands of copies, millions of views, and a whole story that wasn't based on much to begin with. Putting money into the mix, whether it's for sounds, trends, or specific angles, makes it even harder to tell what's real and what's being pushed behind the scenes. The Hailey trend is a good example of how quickly things can get out of hand. A joke can get mean, a paid campaign can make things less clear, and a meme that doesn't hurt anyone can turn into a lot of bad things that are aimed at a real person. It reminds us that the internet is more than just a place to scroll and laugh. It can change how people see things, hurt people's mental health, and make private people targets overnight. So what can we take away from all of this? At first, the trend was just a funny meme. Then it became a joke about stalking and obsession. Finally, it turned into rumors about secret paid promotions and online bullying. Francesca's explanation gave us a rare look at how these things work behind the scenes. It showed that creators are sometimes pushed to post things without knowing they could hurt someone. Hailey's quiet response, or lack of one, shows how hard it can be to deal with this kind of attention, especially for a new mom who is already under a lot of scrutiny. This isn't just a story about a celebrity drama in the end. It's a look at how social media changes stories, how fast rumors spread, and how hard it can be to tell the difference between fun and cruelty. The important thing to remember is that the trend either grew on its own or was pushed. Every comment, share, and repost helps these stories get bigger. Here's something to think about. Do you think this trend happened on its own, or do you think someone is actively keeping it going? And maybe the bigger question is, What do we owe it to ourselves as viewers to do before we join in on a joke that makes fun of a real person? Please tell me what you think in the comments.